Hey guys, Problem1701 here. And today we're going to be ranking the Doctor Who themes. So this is kind of a three-part thing I'm doing because I wanted to rank the intros. And then as I was working on that, I'm like, well, I should do the logos and I should do the themes. And then I should just do the intros as a whole. So we've done the logos already. And now we're going to do the themes. Just the themes in and of themselves. From worst to best, I came up with 12 because I pretty much run the second, third, and fourth Doctors as one theme. I know they have variations. I can't hear them. I can sometimes if I'm listening to them, like if I'm watching the YouTube video with all the intros, I can hear it. But they all kind of just fit together in my head as one theme. The only one that's a little different is the first Doctors because the intro to it is softer, so to speak. You know, just it starts out with that dun, 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 dun. It seems just kind of to ease into it, whereas like the second, third, and fourth Doctors is just like da 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 da. It just hits moving, which I like better actually. So I do those separate, but the second, third, and fourth Doctors, I just kind of do those themes together. So with that in mind, I have like 12 things on my list. At the very bottom is one I can't stand, and it's the 11th Doctor's first theme, the one he has in Series 5, Series 6, and the first half of Series 7. I hate this version of the theme. It's so awful that the way it starts out with that dun, 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 it sucks. It sucks. It's awful. It's garbage. It's terrible. It's yeah, that one just sucks. It's awful. It's awful. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people worked on it, and that's fine. But it's just terrible. It's absolutely awful. I just don't like it. Like it's literally that one where I tend to just skip that intro, and part of that is just the theme is so bad. I cannot stand that version through most of Matt's run of the themes. Just garbage. Just utter garbage. In 11th place is the 12th Doctor's theme, which is also awful. Which, to me, I know a lot of times it's not in sync in the intro. If you watch the different various versions of the intro, a lot of the different episodes, it's not synced up perfectly. And kind of once you notice that, you can't unnotice it. But the actual theme, I don't really like either. Like, I can't actually get it to play in my head right now, but I know I don't like it. I don't know, it just never reached out and grabbed me. It took me a long time to warm up to this era as a whole, but I just don't like Capaldi's version of the theme very much. It's very uninspired, in my opinion. In 10th place is the 6th Doctor's version of the theme from Trial of a Time Lord. It's okay. We're moving into ones that I'm fine with. We got the crappy ones out of the way. This one is okay. It's just, I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the version before it, as the Howl version of the theme. It's alright. It definitely tries to do its own thing with the theme, but it just, I don't know, especially the middle eight. The middle eight just sounds really, really bad to me. The rest of it's just okay. It's okay, but I don't really care for the theme overall. In 9th place is the second version of Matt's theme. So Matt's intro, basically from season 7B, the theme that plays there, which I also can't quite get in my head at the moment. I like it. I do enjoy it. For all of them from here on up, I basically enjoy to one degree or another. I like it. It's good. I find it a bit forgettable because I can't keep it in my head at the moment. Maybe just because it wasn't used in the show a lot. I mean, we basically got half a season with it, and that's about it. But I liked it. I thought it was good. It was an interesting take on the theme. I'll give it that. Number 8 on the list is the first Doctor's version of the theme. Again, that's a really good theme. Ron Grainer came up with a great theme, and Della did a lot of magical stuff with it. I just don't care for that intro as much, that kind of slow lead-in intro like it does. And so that just doesn't really do much, that it takes it a minute to or a few seconds to kind of get going. It's good. It's just kind of compared to the version they used later of the original version. The second, third, and fourth Doctor versions, to me, just hit better. So the beginning of it just kind of lets it down. Number 7 on the list is the Russell T Davies era theme. Oh, the first one, basically. The one that's used from series 1, 2, and 3, basically. This is really good. It was a really good reimagining of the theme. I think it was perfect for 2005 to bring the show into the new era. I've always loved the fact that the modern series has kept a variation of the classic theme. I really love that. Instead of just coming up with a brand new theme, it does a really good job of taking that classic sound of the old theme and moving it into the 21st century while still staying pretty true to the original theme. And I think it does a really good job of that. I really like it. Number 6 on the list is the Series 4 and Specials version of that thing, where they added that kind of, bass or drum line to it, or whatever it is that's going on kind of in the background there. Some bass noise, some drum noise, whatever it is, I like it a lot. It takes an already great version of the theme and just adds to that and makes it hit a little harder. I always enjoy when I'm watching the intro, especially in like Series 4 or the Specials. I always make sure I actually watch it because I really like that version of the theme and how it just hits a little harder with whatever it is it's got going on in the background there. It just adds a lot to it and I like it. Number 5 on the list is the Paul McGann version of the theme from the TV movie. My only really complaint with it is it's too short. I love this version of the theme. It's interesting how it starts with the middle 8, but I like that because it's different. And the middle 8 works as a lead into the main theme here, the way it's built up. Because it's not giving you the familiar part of the song right off the bat, but as soon as you hear the middle 8, you recognize it. I remember the first time I was watching the TV movie in 96, and as soon as the logos shot out and it did the middle 8, I'm like, I know that! That's the theme! Yeah! And then as soon as the letters fade away and it actually kicks into the main part of the theme, I was already pumped and excited. It worked really well for that intro. And even now, I love listening to that version of the theme because it feels very epic. It's like a very epic. I love the kind of orchestral work going on with it, and it just has this epic feel to it that I like. I just wish there was like a nice long extended version of it that just looped around that was like 4 minutes long. That would be perfect because I love this version of the theme a lot. Number 4 on the list is the Howell version, basically the 5th Doctor's version of the theme. It's Tom Baker's final season and the 5th Doctor's version, which I believe, Peter Howell, is that his name? I believe he did it. And it's really good. I love it. It's very 80s. I love that electric guitar lick when it does the scream, the woo, woo, woo. Then you hear the electric guitar with that woo, woo, woo. I love that. That is great. The middle 8 is really good in this one. As someone who just loves 80s music, because I do love me some 80s music, I love this nice electronic 80s take on the theme. It gets me pumped every time I'm listening to it. It's another one that a lot of times when I'm sitting through the intro, sometimes I'll sit through the closing credits because I just love listening to the theme. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. In 3rd place is the 13th Doctor's version of the theme, the current era's version of the theme. I like this one. It does a lot like the Russell T Davies era where it takes the original version of the theme and just updates it for a modern audience because there is a lot of DNA from the original version of it by Della in the new version of it for the 13th Doctor, and it's so good. And the other stuff going on complements it so well. I like how it builds the way it just hits. Everything going on with the intro before it hits is perfect with the theme. And when it actually hits, the music does these weird things where I swear ranges are climbing and lowering. I don't know, I like watching the intro for the 13th Doctor partially because the music is just so good. I really like this version of the theme. I think it hits really, really well. The incidental music in this era is hit or miss, but that take on the theme is really, really good. And number 2 on the list is that main version of the theme that for me is used in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Doctors. So basically, the original version of the theme for the most part that was used from like seasons 4 through season 17. I know they're slightly different, but they sound alike to me. And I love that. I love that old school theme, I just love it. You know, growing up on PBS, that's the version I heard a lot watching old reruns growing up in the 80s. If it wasn't the Howell version, it was usually this version when I was watching old reruns of Pertwee and Tom Baker. So this version of it's entrenched firmly in my mind, and I think a lot of the, I think both the Russell T Davies era and the current era theme draw from this version of the theme a lot, very successfully. But this version of the theme works really good for its era, and or its eras, I should say, and it works really well. I love everything about it. I love the alien sound to it. I love how just, it doesn't sound like music from something that could have came out in the 60s or 70s. It just doesn't. It has this nice, unique, futuristic quality to it. It's really hard to pin it down, just quite where it would fit in a genre. And I love it. It's magical. There's no other theme quite like it. It's magical. Especially this version of it is magic, and I absolutely love it. And number one on the list, my favorite version of the Doctor Who theme, and this is probably an odd choice, is the 7th Doctor version, the Sylvester McCoy version. I love it. It is gold. I love everything going on with this version of the theme. This is the version I listen to the most, like if I'm in my car, because I have like the 50th anniversary soundtrack downloaded, which has several versions of the theme on it. And the 7th Doctor one is the one I like to listen to the most when I'm driving. Just have it playing. I will listen to it like 4 times in a row. I love it. I love everything going on with the main theme. I love everything going on with the middle 8. I love everything that's going on with the background noise of it. This is the perfect version of the theme for me. I absolutely love it. And it had to be number one because it's the one I go back and listen to the most. If I'm watching a McCoy episode, I always watch the intro. I almost always watch the ending credits because I like listening to the theme. If it's a 4-parter, I'm watching the ending credits in at least 2 of the episodes because I love this version of the theme. It just, I don't know, there's never a version of the theme I want to go back and listen to as much as I like going back and listening to the 7th Doctor's version of the theme. And again, I get that's a very odd choice, but I love it. I think Dominic, I believe that was the person's name who did this version, Dominic, I think it's perfect and I absolutely love it. Or did Dominic do the Trial of a Time Lord one? I get some of them mixed up on who did which ones. But the 7th Doctor version of the theme, love it. It's abysmal. And don't get me wrong, I know there's probably a lot of people who worked on it. They're just doing their jobs. That's fine. I don't have any issues with them. It's the person who actually came up with it. The person whose brainchild it was. That person sucks harder than my best friend's sister. Yes, that looks awful. At least so I've heard. I'm going completely on word of mouth from that one. God, I need to do that again. So that has been me ranking the themes from Doctor Who. I would like to know what you think of these themes and how you like my list and how you would rank them. So comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, we have already ranked the logos. If you haven't seen that yet, check that out. I'll probably have a thumbnail up there so you can click on that and check out how I rank the logos. Other things to do: click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon. If you like what I do and would like to contribute to what I do, there is a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a special shout out to 2 of my top tier patrons, the 5th Doctor and Stephen Crane. I appreciate y'all's support, just as I appreciate the support of all of my patrons and all of my subscribers as well. Thank you very much. Most importantly, thank you for watching.